50. I get it. I get it. Yeah. I run New York. I get it. I get it. Yeah. I took quarter water, sold it in bottles for $2. The Coca-Cola came and bought it for billions. What the fuck? Have a baby by me, baby. Be a millionaire. I write the check before the baby comes. Who the fuck cares? I'm stanky rich. I'ma die trying to spin this shit. Southside's up in this bitch. Yeah, I smell like the boat. I used to sell dope. I did play the block. Now I play on boats in the south of France, baby. Sandro Pay, get a tan. I'm already black. Rich, I'm already that. Gangster, get it, gang. Hit a head in the hat. Call that a little rap shit. Fuck the chit chat, the bake the bread, a barber, I cut your head, a marksman, I spread a lead, I blood clot, chop your leg. Not fuck with the kid. I get biz with the cig, I can really live. You dig? I get it. I get it. Yeah. I run New York.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen across the globe? Getting ready on TikTok here. It is Degen Fantasy on January 28th, 2024, and starting the TikTok live. Well, no other way to break into it than, you just got to bite off the elephant in the room. So we had two hosts in this show, luckily enough to have a team in the playoff. And I want to remind them that it's luckily enough to have a team in the playoffs. My team did not even make the playoffs and somehow managed to fuck up the draft. And it was the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders and the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And one of our hosts came out victorious and one didn't. So, put some RIPs in the chat for Double Down and his Buffalo Bills. I'm not going to crack a lot of jokes because at the end of the day, before the game, it's funny to be funny, but it's tough when your team loses in a game like that. So I think we should start on the bright side of it before we get into the dark side of it, which is Admiral Brian with his Eagles merch on, ready to rock. Turned 22 today, boys. Andre, happy fucking birthday, big buddy.
Happy birthday.
All right, so Philadelphia Eagles defeat the Washington Commanders in a absolute blowout whooping, for lack of a better term. Absolutely had their way with them. Bri, what was your initial thoughts watching this game in general?
You put up 55 points and you win by 32 against a division rival. There's really nothing better. And you punch your ticket to the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 years. So let's go.
So I want to, first and foremost, be able to take a second and just let everyone know that there was a meeting in the offseason that I had taken part in. It was myself representing the New York Giants and one fan from every team in the entire NFL. And so what had happened was, just hear me out, what had happened was everyone was sitting there and they were saying, we need a way to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Can someone help us? Somebody's got to stop them. And I volunteered as tribute. I said, hey, listen, it's going to pain me to do this, but you guys, you can take Saquon because he's the one piece that I think on another team would be able to take down the Kansas City Chiefs. So first and foremost, thank yous in the chat for my bravery and my sacrifice, giving the Philadelphia Eagles our best player. And so, Brian, I just wanted to say you're welcome. First play of the game. I mean, just a little dump off. Saquon gets moving outside. He looks like he's going to go down, makes a little fucking off tackle, rub off me spin, and he's all the way to the house. What were your emotions right after that first play? In the chat.
I mean, we knew that Washington's run defense was not good.
Hold on, you're lagging.
I'm lagging?
Yeah, you're lagging crazy style.
He's not. You are.
You're lagging.
Oh, I am? Okay, my bad. Keep going.
Good. So we knew Washington's run defense wasn't good. So when you break a 60-yarder first play of the game, it's easy money at that point, right? I think they rushed for 220 plus yards again on Washington. So it's the same thing that happened the first two games, guys. It just happened on a bigger stage, and it happened they turned the ball over 4 times, which ended up in 28 points. So Yeah, 3 rushing touchdowns from Saquon, 3 rushing touchdowns from Hurts, and a little corner out route to AJ Brown, and you get 7 TDs in the game. It's pretty fun.
Rocky, you good? What the fuck is happening? Why does he keep going? All right, yeah, we'll just keep it rolling there. Great fucking game by the Eagles. I think we had it very, very correct when we both said, well, I said it would be a blowout on one side here. But I think Brian and I were on the same page with that. Kind of expected the moment to just be a little too big for Jaden Daniels. And like, you can say whatever you want, how cool he is or whatever the fuck. It's different. It's January. It's Philadelphia. Like, it's the fucking playoffs. Like, it's a big fucking deal. It's going to get to any, rookie said. And that's precisely why we don't have rookies in the Super Bowl, especially winning Super Bowls as rookies. What really stood out was the defensive intensity, I think, and just the fact that Saquon was just doing Saquon shit just the whole game. I mean, it starts with that first run. Good Lord, dude. I mean, just the balance that he possesses is just, I wish I had that balance for like 10 minutes, dude. He just maneuvers so well in and out of fucking tackles, and it's just like, how do you tackle the guy? Like, how do you stop this fucking guy if he gets out into the open? Like, realistically, I just don't think that if he's just fucking popping back at. He's just Rocky props just kind of.
You guys sounded like cyborgs. My Wi-Fi was freaking out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I think that's just the most impressive thing. Obviously, you're down Dean coming into this game, and I think that was kind of a thing for everybody, including me. I was a little worried about just, the offense coming on the other side, but when it fucking matters, and like Sirianni gets so much fucking shit, but like when it matters, you guys fucking do it. Like, that's the simple fucking fact here. Like, you came out and assessed dominance over this fucking team from the get-go. I mean, that opening drive, I think a lot of people were like, oh, what an opening drive for the fucking Commanders, but for it to take 18 plays to score 3 fucking points, like, if you're Dan Quinn in that situation too, like, why the fuck would you go for it 4 times on 4th down? The Eagles can't stop it. Like, every 4th down, somebody's wide the fuck open or Jaden takes off. So why kick the field goal there, Dan Quinn? I will never understand that in a game where this motherfucker is on the other side of the field and he's locked the fuck in. Saquon ain't fucking sliding this week, buddy. It's the NFC Championship game. Like, you can't play like it's a divisional round. Like, when you got your chances to score against this fucking defense, which, like, for a large part of, not a large part, but for a little bit in that opening drive, it looked like they might be able to like keep a consistent, like, long drive fucking kind of offense going. And like, I think that's the way you beat Philadelphia. Like, you keep the offense off the fucking field. Like, that's the simplest thing. So for you to only come away with 3 points and for Saquon to take it to the house the first fucking time he touches the ball, and then you get AJ Brown going, like, Devonta Smith was looking fucking tight. Goddard went over his total, like we said. He would. Like, we were, dude, everything we said was going to happen in this game fucking happened.
That's what I was going to say.
Brian calls beforehand. AJ Brown
is exactly what he said.
He's going to have a big game today. And just off of that tip alone, I put in an AJ Brown fucking tutty parlay with the over on his receiving total. It's like, just the easiest bet.
As well as Dan, your take, you were saying this is going to be a tight end game, and Zach Ertz has over 100 yards, and Dallas Goedert's just moving
crazy good in this game. But again, I don't know if it's because Zach Ertz is good. I think the Eagles were like, go ahead and throw the ball to Zach Ertz. Like,
I don't think it's because he's not good either. I just think he was the only player that worked well.
That was one of the best throws I've seen all season. Like, we could pull highlights of Danny Jones throwing the ball, but like, that was this, you would take the punter over Danny Jones. Like, that's fucking crazy.
And they needed that badly.
At that point, when you have to fake a punt at that point in the game, in the first quarter, you're in desperation mode already.
And the immediate snack after.
I didn't hear what.
The immediate sack after was huge. Like right when you feel a little bit of momentum for the Commanders start rolling, an immediate sack brings you back down to earth. You can tell Jaden as he was going through this game was under the understanding that like it's a losing battle and he's kind of out there all by himself. Terry had a nice game. Terry did have a receiving touchdown as well.
That was a great run by him. That was all playmaking on his part. That touchdown. But
by the way, I missed. I know I sent it to you guys. I had that $1,000 parlay I gave out. I missed that parlay by one leg, and the only leg I missed on was a pick that I took from Brian, which I'm not mad about. But if Josh Allen got in the end zone, I would have turned $25 to $125. By the way, also I had a great call real quick, not to switch over the next game. I said Kareem Hunt over 35 yards and over 8 carries, and he was their main back in that game.
That was a great call on your end. Yeah, definitely. But just getting back to this, like every time there was a moment where it got dicey for the Eagles, or I thought maybe it would be like a momentum shift in this game. They just come back and make a play on defense. They get a big sack. It's just having just played the Chiefs, like having just watched the Bills play the Chiefs, like the Chiefs are in for a fucking rough game. I'm telling you that right now. And we'll get to that Bills game in a minute, but I don't know how. I just don't see. I know Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. I should probably stop doubting him at a certain point. But we fucking shut down Kelsey. Yeah. He had what, like 15 yards maybe. If we can do that, I think Philadelphia's defense is 20 times better than our defense. Like they have playmakers all over the ball. If we do that, and I think it's actually going to be if the Eagles do it, I think it's going to be a very sexy pick to take Kelsey over his yards because of what Ertz did here. But they literally let Ertz catch those balls. They're not going to do the same thing for Kelsey. They know what it means for Kelsey to get going for the Chiefs. And if we were going to have a team from the NFC that has a shot at beating the Chiefs, like God, thank fucking Christ, the Eagles fucking won, dude. Because like if the Commanders trot out there, it's a fucking three-peat for sure. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, but just overall, like what, Bri, you got to be stoked after this fucking game. Like this was like a show of prowess by your team.
Yeah, I mean it felt like Kellen Moore finally did things that we've been wanting him to do for a long time. And I don't know if he's been holding it back for the playoffs. But the offense looked a lot more opened up. And I know that we had talked beforehand whether or not Jalen Hurts was going to be limited based off his knee. I didn't feel like at all he had any issues mobility wise at all.
At all. I mean, there were okay, so that we're probably thinking of the same play, but when he almost gets caught in the backfield and you saw the acceleration out of the backfield for Jalen Hurts, I was like, oh, he's all right. His knee's okay. Dude, AJ Brown was all over the place. Andre says, every time I watch this Eagles team, this dude, Zach Bond, is everywhere. What an absolute fucking animal he is. Bri, you agree with that? I don't know who that is. I'm sure it's like a linebacker or something possibly.
Yeah, he was kind of like a journeyman linebacker.
Nice. Okay.
And we got him from the Saints in the offseason on a 1-year deal, like a prove-it deal. And he turned all pro. So
goddamn. So he earned it then. And then he backs that up by saying, man, it was beautiful watching AJ Brown's son, Lattimore. Yeah, if there's a guy I hate more than Lattimore in the fucking NFL, there's one. There's one. It's that, like, that's it. I fucking hate him so much. Shadow is a little precursor to our next game on that fourth down. Josh should have passed instead of going for the tush push. Yeah, Shadows, it's almost like impossible to assume that some team is going to run the tush push and fail, but then like run it again repeatedly after they fail and just keep failing. It's the craziest thing.
Speaking of failing on a tush push, what an absolute hilarious slate of fucking plays, to the point where Latu, whatever the fuck his name is diving over the goal line trying to stop this tush push. And then I think they were saying, oh, if this is intentional, they're going to award points.
They can.
I know they can, and it's true. But it got to a point where even the offensive line that wasn't just trying to jump over, they were, dude, it was one of the, you guys think the play should be banned? I don't think so. But it's crazy how well and effective it is, and everyone freaking out like ban the tush push, ban the tush push.
You can ban it, but like I genuinely feel like, and we saw it in the Chiefs game, like teams are gonna figure it out. Like it's gonna work sometimes, but like I feel like it hasn't been as automatic as it once was for Philadelphia. Yeah. Correct? Like
you think that's because
they're the best team running it. Like I genuinely feel like it's gonna get figured out eventually, and it's gonna work, but it's just gonna become another play. Like why ban it? Like you're moving a ball. Like calm the fuck down. It's a game. Spags, good luck playing cover 0 against Philly. I genuinely hope that Spags plays cover 0 the entire game and the Chiefs lose by like 850 points. So
I'm so excited to talk about the preview because I lined that up. So let's burn through this tough topic. We're gonna go Bills,
Barkley, and that tush push. The Chiefs will expect it, but good luck stopping it. Couldn't stop James Cook, so good luck doing that to Barkley.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Barkley is going to absolutely just run a muck in this game. And I think it's the main reason why, like, this is the first time where I've always kind of felt like I said this to you, Dan. I said, listen, I want the Bills to win with all my heart, but every time I feel like I'm going to, someone can beat the Chiefs, they're not. This is the first time, like, truly in my heart and in my mind, I do think that they're coming into an opponent that is completely geared up to be able to beat them. But with that being said, this game was a close game, a good one to watch. It just kind of fell apart, and you kind of felt that lack of the number one dominant wide receiver in Buffalo. And I don't even think Stephon Diggs would have carried that same prowess, even if he was there. I still think you need that full on like exceptional talent alpha in that wide receiver core to pair with Josh Allen. It's kind of like not the same with what the Giants were doing, but you put no one around Saquon Barkley and you basically put no one around Josh Allen. Like, what are you really going to do?
There's a lot that needs to be done, but I think the main focus right now should be one, obviously find a wide receiver that can be that number one in Buffalo. But I think it's more defensively. We need like an X factor defensively. We need either a shutdown fucking corner, or we need a fucking like a heavy hitting safety, or we need like a defensive end that's just kind of lights out. What we really need is Von Miller in his prime. That's what we need. We need an edge rusher that can keep these teams honest. Like that's the biggest thing for us. Now, on the other side, though, I will say that this was, Brian, real quick. Ibuka was like, I would fucking shit my pants if we got Ibuka. But I also like pop that question up for Brian real quick from Andre. Is Juergens gonna be good to go?
We don't know yet.
He was hobbled as fuck.
Well, it was Dickerson so Dickerson started at center, and he got hurt, and then Juergens had to play the second half.
Okay. But Juergens was hobbled too, was he not?
Juergens was he was announced that he was good at the beginning before the game, and was only available for emergency.
Gotcha. Okay, so if the Bills got Ibuka, I would be very happy. I'd be way happier if we got Jeremiah Smith, but I'll just take any help at this point. So that'll be a focus in the offseason for Buffalo. But I again, like I said, if we had like a vintage, like prime fucking Von Miller, I think this game would have been different. I also just want to point out the fact that there were many times in this game where the Chiefs got up by, 5-7. They were up by 11 at one point. The Buffalo Bills blew this game. This wasn't like, I'm just telling you this right now. Like this game was blown from a play calling standpoint. The defense is always bend but don't break. They're just a bend but don't break defense. It's the scheme. Like that's just what it is. They tighten up in the red zone. I think like winning the turnover battle, winning the yardage battle on both sides, passing and rushing. Like there's no excuse to lose this game, other than the fact that the coaches kind of failed us when it really comes down to it. Can't call a tush push fucking repeatedly, especially after it loses. You also can't castrate one of the better running backs in the league right now and not run him at all in the second half. Like this guy's running 7 yards a clip, and he's just not out there on the first drive of the fucking second half for us. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Also, Josh Allen's estimated yards are not estimated. His yards per attempt of pass are 6.
That was a dot.
So, like, I just like you have this one of the strongest arms in the league, if not the strongest arm in the league, and it's not the craziest accurate fucking arm in the league, but like that runs amazing. But that fucking to not let him like uncork some fucking bombs every once in a while is the fucking biggest travesty to me. The Chiefs looked like I expected the Chiefs to look. I don't think they looked particularly amazing. I thought Mahomes was a lot better than he was in the regular season.
Yeah.
But he still made errors that like he's starting to make errors that he wouldn't have made, I feel like 4 years ago. I just like his team is definitely weaker. Kelsey was a moot point. Like Kareem Hunt, yeah, that's fine. I'll let Kareem Hunt have 85 yards. I don't give a fuck about that. Kareem Hunt's not going to beat us with 85 yards. Mm-hmm. It's Patrick Mahomes. And like overall, I think this defense being constructed the way it is did the fucking best they could have ever expected to do against this fucking Kansas City offense. That's my firm opinion. Like you can't fucking come away with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You cannot fucking not score points. Also, 4th and 5th, there's no plan for a blitz if it fucking comes. Like, there's no plan. We just have
they look shell-shocked as the blitz comes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's fucking Spags, man. Like, he ain't gonna fucking just let you fucking have all the time in the world back there and just fucking dice you up, because that's what Josh Allen would do to the secondary. Like,
Can I say one thing when you get a chance?
Kansas City is Philadelphia. That's it.
Let me say one thing when you get a chance. The one thing that, like, and I love Josh Allen. The one thing that I can kind of just optically view watching the Bills play the Chiefs in the postseason is that Josh doesn't have that swagger and that confidence in his game during games like this for some reason. As a play like that too stuck out to me as well. You watched last year in I think it was the AFC Championship or maybe one of the early round playoff games. We watched McDuffie shut down Tyreek Hill, and we're targeting Keon Coleman, a rookie wide receiver, in a matchup with McDuffie. It just the fucking firepower wasn't there. I think he lacks confidence in his receivers, in his offensive line, and also just in the matchup. You know, he doesn't. I don't think he's playing his best, confident, not in his head type of style football, and it kind of shows. And it even sucks that last play of the game, like he's scrambling out the pocket, the pressure's coming, and people are trying to come at Dalton Kincaid, who's probably the best receiver on the team outside of Khalil Shakir, for not catching that ball, comparing it to Mark Andrews, when it is not a Mark Andrews comparable situation where he has to cut back as he's cutting to the left and go back right across his body to save something that was a blitz oncoming step out fucking throw from Josh Allen. You guys lack that confidence from your quarterback in games against Kansas City, and it just really shows in not having
I hear what you're saying. I don't agree. Josh Allen is not the issue here. Like, he's not. He didn't turn the ball over. But it's hold on, like, because it's not him. Like, yes, he probably doesn't have like the best talent around him, and we do need to upgrade that. But again, like, for him to be successful, you cannot not start like you can't stop running the ball. Like, you just can't stop running the fucking ball with your best playmaker on offense outside of Josh Allen. Outside of Josh Allen, the best playmaker on the offense is fucking James Cook. So, like, the fact that, like, and that Hollins catch is incredible too, but like Josh can do shit like that, but he needs to be supplemented with a running back, because again, if Josh Allen has to do too much, he's going to start making mistakes. Like, I don't blame Josh Allen for these losses. One, it's play calling on offense was god fucking awful. There's not one person in this fucking stream, including us on this stream, that would say that the Bills play calling on Sunday was great, because it wasn't. It was fucking terrible. So realistically, it's another failure of the organization. It's not fucking Josh Allen. He didn't fumble. Like, yeah, he fumbled a couple times. He got the fucking ball back. Like, as simple as that. He didn't turn the ball over at all. Like, Kansas City knows he goes to the fucking left. Like, there was no plan to scheme around the fact that they know he's going to the fucking left. Like, he said it on live, like, national television during an interview that he likes to go to the left. Like, there's no fucking plan. You don't think Andy Reid knows that he likes to go to the fucking again, this is a coaching failure. The Bills could have won this game 3 times. Like, again, this is the weakest Kansas City team coming into the Super Bowl. And I think it's prime for fucking the Eagles to get the revenge on them.
Right. What'd you see out of the Chiefs in this game that either scares you or something that you think you can exploit?
Mahomes' legs scare me. So this was really the first time that Mahomes used his legs to the ability that we've seen. Buffalo didn't spy, which was weird. I think the first matchup earlier in the season they spied quite a bit and did not do it this game. But going back to the Josh Allen point, I think he definitely needs another weapon. I don't blame the loss on him. I blame him on the last play. If you break down the game and how Kansas City was attacking and blitzing, everything was coming from the strong side. So on that last play where he threw it up to Kincaid, he actually shifted the line, and you'll see it in the replay. He makes a line adjustment, and he adjusts it to the wrong side, and that's why you get a free rusher, because unfortunately Josh Allen audibles the line to the wrong side. But I mean, shit, that stuff happens, right? You get the ball with 3 minutes left, down 3 in Arrowhead. I mean, at the beginning of the game, if I told you with 3 minutes left, you have the ball, but you're only down 3 in Arrowhead in the AFC Championship, you would take that, would you not?
Yeah, absolutely. Because 9 times out of 10 we score on that drive. That's again like why I don't blame Josh Allen. Like I get, yeah, shifting the line, I understand it, but like to not have a running back there to like chip or do anything just in case, it's 4th and 5 and the season's on the line. Like, you know, if the Chiefs get the ball back, you ain't getting it back. Simple as that. Like you have to score here. So I just don't think there's an excuse when it really comes down to it. For like, I get it. You're going to make questionable fucking decisions during a game. You just said it. I understand that. I just think fucking good Lord, this coaching just god awful. Yeah. And as Andre put in the chat, like there's no reason to not have James Cook when he's running for 7 yards a clip. Like he has to be on the field. He has to be on the fucking field.
And so I'm going to take this token as we're talking about James Cook and looking ahead to the Super Bowl as we get into the preview of it. If James Cook is running amok, what do you think Saquon Barkley is going to do? And also, you talk about a team that should have ran the ball more. What does Philly do with Saquon Barkley? They run the fucking ball. And no distance to James Cook, phenomenal running back. Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the league. And I don't think anybody's going to dispute me on that. What?
By far.
Yeah. And, you know, people can bring up Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry, but the same token doesn't fucking matter. It's Saquon Barkley. And you guys have seen it, and he's really showed out this season. With that being said, I think that's going to cause a lot of trouble for Kansas City, as well as opening up exactly why another reason why you got to run the ball is the Bills, because you get the ball going and you get good movement down the field. It opens up your key wide receivers, Amari Cooper, Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, everyone like that. With A.J. Brown on the field and with fucking Devonta Smith on the field, and even Dallas Goedert, the way he's been playing, I think defensively they're a lot healthier than they are offensively, and so that's probably the Chiefs' best attribute, but I don't think there's any team in the NFL that can stop Philadelphia with Saquon Barkley. And that's where Bri goes, I concur. Let me elaborate on that.
I like to hear it. I haven't broken this game down yet.
Well, here we are.
But
we'll get more detailed.
I'd like to watch a little bit of film. I mean, I think the game comes down to stopping Mahomes from running. If the Eagles can stop Mahomes from running, they'll win the game.
I agree, because also Mahomes, I've noticed, he runs on those 3rd and longs, and he always gets the first somehow. It's always on those plays where teams are frantically trying to cover the deep ball, or just that around route that's kind of just hovering and cutting across the first down marker, and he just finds the space. He's also not one of those like most electrically gifted running quarterbacks that you don't really expect it from, but he can move. He's got his little zesty slide, and he can just find the edge and get it to the first down marker. He's got quick little legs, but at the same token, this Philadelphia defense is the best defense in the league, which is a great pairing to have with the best running back in the league and one of the best wide receivers in the league and one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I don't think Kansas City has the prowess to, one, keep up offensively, but two, shut down Philadelphia defensively. And I think it's going to be a game that kind of runs away quick if they don't find or have some kind of an edge or game plan or advantage to come into against Philadelphia. And if Philadelphia has enough coaching prowess to be able to have multiple game plans if one's not working. Also, they have the talent to do it. To have if Saquon's not working, we have many different things we can turn to and switch to.
Special teams definitely scares me. Kansas City's elite on special teams. It seems like they bring back a punt every game. They did it in the Super Bowl against us. So special team scares me. Coaching scares me. Mahomes scares me. Line opened out, I think, 1.5.
Currently, line opened at 1.5. Currently, we are looking at, it is still 1.5. Kansas City is favored, minus 125. The total is 49.5. With that being said, the rushing total for Saquon Barkley is 125. Actually, it dropped to 115. Kareem Hunt's at 45. Let me see what we got for passing yards.
I might scoop up 115.
Mahomes is at 250. Jalen Hurts is at 210. And touchdown props, Barkley minus 200, Hurts minus 125, Kelsey plus 110. Every Kansas City Chief is in the plus numbers. With this game, betting-wise, I don't want to really get too much in depth with it until we get closer to the game, because lines are going to move. People are going to be all over it. There's going to be a lot of talk about the fucking crazy Super Bowl props that you can bet on, the Kendrick Super Bowl performance, whatever the case may be. One, I just want to see a good game, and two, I personally believe this is one of those games where this is the thing too. Like, storyline does play a factor into the mentality of these teams that are coming on the field. The Chiefs are looking for a three-peat. They got a lot of cockiness, a lot of swagger, and they think that, and they've already beat them once in the Super Bowl. That's a lot of chip on said shoulder for a team full of chips on the shoulder. You look at Jalen Hurts. He's in the national championship game and gets pulled out for Tua Tagovailoa. Doesn't end up winning the national championship. It's Tua's championship. Then you look at Saquon Barkley, played on the Giants for years, all the bullshit, all the drama. They don't want to pay him, the injuries, everything like that. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's going to be running amok at his first Super Bowl. You look at players like A.J. Brown not getting the respect they deserve across the league. Everyone talks about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill. He wants a little get back as well. Devonta Smith, he's a winner, proven winner at every level. He's won high school, college, trying to keep it going here in the NFL. And with the Chiefs, like, you know, you have a lot of players that are there that are just kind of plug-ins. You look at Hollywood Brown, you look at DeAndre Hopkins, you look at even Kareem Hunt. A lot of plug-in players that are just kind of like there and expecting to win. And I think they're going to run into a team in a matchup that's a little bit more than they can handle. Or maybe I'm retarded because it's the Kansas City Chiefs. It feels like this every year. But who was the matchup in the Super Bowl last year?
It was
Chiefs Niners.
Chiefs Niners. Yeah. It's coaching for obviously is an obvious fucking advantage to the Chiefs in my opinion. But I do think for the first time you guys have a talent edge over them. Listen, if you're gonna beat them, you're gonna have to fucking beat them. Like, I heard something earlier today. Like, I think you either gotta be somebody was saying you gotta beat them by like 10 to 14 points for them to like really go away. You know what I mean? I think Philly can do it. I also think that this is, like Shadow says, is going to be a fucking close game. Like, because it's Patrick Mahomes, it's Andy Reid. Like, say what you want, Spagnuolo, like, couldn't cut it as a head coach, but goddamn does he fucking have defense, like, locked the fuck down. So, like, this is going to be a tight game, in my opinion. I don't fucking think that someone's coming out here to blow anybody out. Like, this will be a tight game.
Whatever Philly's defense did against Lamar in the regular season is what we need to do this game. They need to replicate that game.
Fair. One thing I do want to bring up that's kind of like off topic, but I remember this time last year they dropped the Super Bowl logo and the going trend was, each color in the Super Bowl is going to correlate to who's going to be in the championship. And lo and behold, this dropped last season. green and red. And here we are with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Just a trend that keeps on trending. And that also means my ticket is still live for Golden Knights, Eagles, and Celtics to win championships. That is 35 to win 4. Yeah, I mean, well, who else would be a favorite in the NBA? We're not going to get on that today because it's football, but this is a great time to segue into just an update because I'm not sure if anyone has picks for tonight. I do have a fresh 200 loaded into my account to play some parlays tonight, but we're going to look at the weekly wager contest. What'd you say, Dan?
I got a pick.
Ooh, okay, cool. So we'll load that in. Updated rankings for the weekly wager is as follows. It's been rough, let me tell you. 922 for myself, still in first place. Dan at 831. Bry salvages some of his week and turns in a 305. There's that.
Wow, good job. All right, play the music. I got one.
He's got one.
All right, tonight, Miami of Ohio goes to Eastern Michigan to play a little Maction basketball. I got Miami of Ohio minus 8.5. 110 to win 100.
As a former alumni, Brad, what do you think?
I did not look at that game, but I do have a pick. You have minus 8.5 on Miami.
Yeah.
Shadows, what's the colorway for everybody?
It better be a fucking Bills logo, and that's it. A Bills logo turned into
Let's take a look.
Logo.
It is.
It's not out yet, is it not? It can't be out yet.
It says it's been leaked.
That could be anything.
I'm seeing it everywhere. It looks like it's blue.
Blue for what?
The New York Giants.
Definitely not the Giants. We can officially rule it out.
Hey, be kind.
We
All
can rule it out. Shadow says blue and white is rumored. That kind of sounds like the Buffalo Bills. Just gonna say. All right, good deal.
The Bills and the Colts and the Giants and the fucking Cowboys.
It depends on what kind of blue we're dealing with here. But all right, Bri, you got to pick.
It looks like the Lions. Here,
so jumping off Maction, I have Akron versus Northern Illinois under 155.
Under 55?
155. Under 155 total. 55 to win 100 or 55 to win 50.
155 even or half?
What's that? 55 to win 50.
No. The total is 155 even or 155 and a half?
155 even.
Okay.
Is this the one?
Looks like
Detroit Lions.
Lions, and the white could be any other team in the league. Like everyone has white, so
That's
definitely looks Lionsy though.
Yeah,
looks like I'll take it. There's no red in there, thank fucking Christ. So maybe no Chiefs. Jesus Christ, dude. And
then my other play tonight.
Yes.
By the way, I was 3-0 in college basketball last week.
Nice.
Attaboy.
Kentucky plays Tennessee. Kentucky is in a tailspin right now. They've lost their last 2 games. Now they have to go to Tennessee, who is insanely good. However, I think the number's too large. I like Kentucky plus 11 to keep it at least close. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they will keep it within the number. 55 to win 50 on Kentucky plus 11.
Kentucky is plus 425 and Tennessee is minus 575.
On the money line, yeah, but
yes, I know he's talking about that. I was just saying, like, he said he didn't think they were going to win. That's the favorite.
God awful right now. All right, Bry's locked in. I'm locked in. Rocky Prop, what do you got? You got anything?
I do not have anything, but I have money loaded into my account. So I'd have to build it.
Little hockey basketball.
Yeah, a little hockey basketball is probably where I'm leaning.
He's leaning somewhere.
We got Sixers Lakers tonight. I might tail that Maxey line again.
PG's out
for the 3-pointers.
PG's out. That definitely means he's not going over the assists tonight. That's for sure.
Maxi's line is 31.
Woo.
31 points, rebounds, assists, or just points?
Just points.
Maxi
His 3-point line is 3.5.
Bri, what do you want for Maxi? I'll give you a piece of bubble gum and like $1 million.
Who's your NBA team?
The Knicks.
Well, we're not trading him to the Knicks.
Well, come on. Give us a little taste of Maxi.
That's just
I'll
ridiculous.
give you a Mitchell Robinson and $1 million.
I mean, what would it take to get Maxi is probably like 5 or 6 firsts.
Yeah, he's
I
balling,
would
dude.
kill to see him on the
Dude, and poor fucking Jared McCann, dude. What a stud you guys had, and he had to fucking he tears ACL.
That's because of all the gayness right there. That's why he
all
has
right. All right, Dan. All right.
Like-
You're a big tough guy? That's what you
why
are?
It's probably hurt himself fucking painting his nails.
Hey, let's keep it kind here. I'm looking at a little lie here.
All right, lock something in.
All right, I'll lock something in. All right, hold on. So I got a 4-leg parlay. It is Bucks Lakers money line, Maxi plus 2 3-pointers made, and LeBron 17 plus points. That is plus 188. I'm gonna put 50 to win 144.
Maxi over what?
Over 2 3-pointers.
Those odds can't be right.
What are you talking about?
50 to win.
144.
It would be 50 to win 90.
Win 94.
94.
All right.
Unless I add something else to the parlay.
You're locked in. I wrote it down.
Warriors over the Jazz. 50 to win. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, cool. That's locked in. I like it.
Got some picks. All right. Is there anything else that we have to go over?
I think that's it for today. Shorter stream. No games this weekend for
Football's
NFL.
dead, guys. Football's dead. There's one more game left, and that's it. And then we got to go to the fucking.
Football's not dead.
What a
It's
terrible logo, though.
Yeah, it could be, but again, like it could be the Cowboys too. Like it could be anyone really. The blue's got to be the most common color in the NFL. Has to be.
Yes.
Right? Like
other than white, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's blue and white. Like, come on. It's not fucking Penn State. Like there's got to be a fucking.
Speaking of that, we should talk about the big news in college football.
What's the big news, Bri?
That Penn State just stole and ruined the Ohio State parade on Sunday by taking their defensive coordinator.
Yeah, they told him not to come to, didn't they? They said don't come to the parade. That's so fucked up. Bri, I had a thought. Okay, if James Franklin can't get it done this year, should you fire him?
No.
Come on, Bri.
No, I mean, everyone acts like Penn State is like Alabama and Ohio State and Michigan and all these other schools. We're not.
Oh, you're
We
not?
have half the NIL of it.
Oh,
We have like $12 million of
you
NIL.
don't have the NIL anymore. You don't have any money? Is that what you're saying?
Compared to Ohio State, who had like $8 million more than us. Yes.
Right. You
So-
fucking backed up a Brinks truck to keep those running backs there. So don't even fucking start with me right now.
Yes.
You have more NIL money than most teams in the country, guaranteed.
Because this year we made a run and the donors started to come out.
Right. So your 12 million went from 12 to like 25 probably.
I'm not even talking about this upcoming year. I'm talking about the last 12 years of James Franklin. He's had to coach with his hand tied behind his back against all these other schools that have a lot more money and a lot more engagement from their donors.
Okay, agreed. Before this season. But I'm saying after this, because you guys just made a fucking run, because he's got Jim Knowles now, who is the best defensive coach in college football. He's got most of his team coming back, which I think was the reason why Ohio State did so well this year, other than they had the talent. They had a lot of fucking people coming back. You have the same situation. You're down like maybe a couple dudes, but the majority of the team returns. Jim Knowles is there. I genuinely think if he can't get it done this year, it's kind of fucking it's kind of bullshit. I really do. Like, you guys are lined up to be a top 3 seed, in my opinion. That's what I think.
Franklin leaving will be on his own accord.
Yeah.
He has that much goodwill that it would take a lot for us to fire him.
Yeah, and I get it, but I also think that if we're not going to sit here and act like Penn State has like $4. Like, Penn State is going to spend more money than any team in Division I football this year, guaranteed. $3.1 million to a defensive coordinator. Like, you guys are not fucking broke. Like, you're fucking just seeing the tip of what I would assume is going to be a huge NIL thing. And I think it's the same thing for Notre Dame. Like, these schools that produce high-ranking people in the world that make a ton of money, like most CEOs in the world. Most CEOs to come from one school, it's Penn State, correct?
It is.
Old money all over the place. Notre Dame's the same fucking way. You got people in high places. Like, you're going to start seeing these teams that were traditional powerhouses back in the day spend some fucking money. Like, they are going to spend some and Penn State is at the tippity top, in my opinion, of that.
And in other news, it sounds like Notre Dame might hire Chris Ash, which is fucking terrible idea. Don't do that.
I just at this point, it just doesn't even fucking matter, right? Golden is gonna fucking be so bad in the NFL. It's gonna be fantastic. So hopefully he comes down for like a 4th stint. We'll take him back.
But don't hire Ash.
I hope we don't. I just don't. I don't know what to do at this point. Like, you fucking
Ash
double
was so fucking bad at Ohio State. Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, Ben Carroll has the flu, Bri. All right.
Yeah. Act accordingly. Act accordingly.
The bird flu.
Ben, you got bird flu, bud? Be honest. You got bird flu?
Eating too many eggs.
You've been eating eggs. You egg-eating son of a bitch. Just eating eggs. All right.
Just eat eggs.
And I think the last thing I want to bring up before we leave is that for all the people out there, the citizens of Degen Fantasy, make Dan happy, because look at this face. It's not a happy face. Notre Dame loses in the national championship game.
This team sucks ass.
Buffalo loses to the team he hates the most.
Italy didn't even make the European championships. It's just bad. It's bad all around. All right? I mean, it's just not good.
The way it's going, Joey Logano might die at the date.
And if he does, I'm done. If he does, I quit. I'm done. All right.
That's my favorite driver.
That's Dan's dude.
That's my favorite driver. I have an autograph from him upstairs. It says "To Rocky."
No, Ben Carroll, I was forced to be a Notre Dame fan by my father. Notre Dame looked at my transcript and was like, is this kid, does he have Down syndrome? Is he okay? Yeah, they wouldn't let me in there. That's for goddamn sure. Yeah, okay, that's it, right? Like, we're cooked,
yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
All right. I'm gonna go sulk again. And
are you gonna be better on Friday?
He'll be
I don't know, Brian. That one hurt.
See,
yeah, 4 years in a row hurts.
It hurt me.
We all know the reason why the Bills lost.
Yeah, we know. We know
Dan pussyfooted around his Corona on Sunday.
That's not what happened, Brian.
He barely drank one beer over an hour and 15 minutes stream. You needed to be ripping shots. Getting rowdy, and if you did that, you would have willed your team to victory.
I honestly blame it on the cheers that we had with Rocky Prop, and he was using water. That's what I blame it on.
It's no okay. Let's blame it on fucking the fact that it was the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, let's blame it on just the fact that Sean McDermott's a fucking clown. Let's
blame it on your coaching staff, because they need to get out of there.
I wish they would leave. I just wish they would go. Yes. I'm glad Ben Carroll left. Ben, the flu sucks. I feel a little shitty too on top of it, so I get you, buddy. But hey, hopefully these picks fucking smack, and we got a little bit of extra cash to attack a whole lot of nothing with.
Wonderful show.
What
All
a
right,
band,
guys.
man. Wow.
We'll catch you next Friday. This
I
Friday.
feel like
when,
Saquon
things are
got
okay.
took from the Bills right now.
Hey,
That's
can we
how
get
I
on the
feel.
bubble?
Dan.
Don't boot me right now, Brian. Sometime. You stop fucking. You know, this is what you do, Brian. You get him going because he sees you do it, and he's like, "Oh, my dad did it, so I can fucking do it too."
Well, so here's the thing. So Rocky has been yelling at me the last couple weeks that I've been in a bad mood.
Yeah.
I've been a couch. And he's also insinuated the fact that I might hate him.
Yeah, you definitely hit him.
I don't.
No.
Because when I get Rocky in these moods, it's the best thing you can ever hope for.
I genuinely hate both of you so much.
I love. Want me to give
And
you a
if
hug?
like if you guys weren't playing the Chiefs,
me give you a hug.
anyone else I would be fucking cheering for so loudly. What is this? What was that? What
I just gave you a hug.
That was a little creepy.
I'll give you a tug if you need it.
Nah, well, actually, yeah, maybe I could probably use one.
He's like, hold on. Actually, I might
take
you up on that.
What am I
All right, so Friday,
boys, back with some fucking money, hopefully.
Yep.
Go Eagles.
Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me.
Before I came up in the game, these hoes didn't show no love. They see me in the club and used to treat me like a scrub. They wouldn't holler cause my dollars wasn't swollen up. I bet they changed their mind when them 84s come rolling up. They see that I'm a star, now they wanna sit in my car. Now they wanna call my G, smoke my weed and sip my bar. Now they used to love to diss me, now they